I have my suspicions. Everyone thinks it was Adam. I know it wasn't Adam. I don't think Adam would do that. I think it was Ron. I do. I think it was Ron Glass. Because, like, Ron's like that. Ron's a little snake. He'll just kind of, like, stay quiet, and he doesn't say much. But, like, when it counts, he comes up with, like, the perfect dig, you know? So, yeah, I don't know who did that, but I think it taught Nathan a very valuable lesson.
Good evening.
Hi.
I was wondering what if you have a favorite moment or episode from any of your appearances or any of your TV shows?
I usually have a favorite moment from every one, really. I really do.
Ones come to mind?
What's that?
Any particular ones come to mind?
I guess probably the most recent ones. I mean, I did Supernatural. I can tell you a Supernatural story. So I came to do the show because Jensen is an old friend of mine. He and Morena did a show together called Still Life that never made it to air. And it shot in Vancouver, and because I was the only one that Morena knew in Vancouver, I would take her out every night, and Jensen would come, and the rest of her cast would come. So we got to know each other, and then ran into each other at various conventions. And then I spent a weird, like, week with Jared Padalecki in Australia, of all places, at some other convention. And we got toured around the Sydney Opera House and, you know, became buddies that way. So when they asked if I wanted to do the show, I was like, yeah, finally, God, I've been waiting. And went to the set, and Jensen is a really, really good director. I mean, he's definitely the best looking director I've ever worked with. He is. But he's very smart, and he knows exactly what he needs. He knows how to treat actors, of course. He knows how to treat his crew. You can tell that everyone was at ease and very happy to be there. And it just put this really great vibe out on the set from, you know, the minute we started that episode. And I remember we were doing this scene. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Has anyone not seen Supernatural? Probably a few of you. But there's a scene where Jared and I are walking through the woods, and he's got me by the arm, and it's this very intense scene that kind of ends in something. I get to smack him. Anyways. And halfway through one of the takes, someone's phone started ringing. And me, you know, being a guest, I didn't know what to do, so I just kept going with my lines. And Jared finally was like, seriously? Come on. He's like, whose phone is that? Whose phone is that? And it was one of the executive producers that had come to the set to make sure everything was running smoothly. And he had got this new iPhone, and he didn't know how to turn it off. And he was frantically pushing buttons on his iPhone, trying to figure out how to turn it off. And, you know, we all laughed and everything. And it was also, like, his ringtone wasn't a normal ringtone. It was an Elvis Presley song. A little less conversation, a little more. It was that. So, like, super distracting. So everyone, you know, laughed at him. And it was Friday, and every Friday on every single set, you have what's called $5 Friday. And an AD, assistant director, walks around with a Ziploc bag, and everyone puts a 5 in it with their name on it. And at the end of the day, someone fishes through the bag and pulls out a 5, and whoever's name is on the 5 wins all the money. It happens every Friday night. So it was $5 Friday, and Jensen was like, are you serious? Did you just ruin Jewel Staite with your stupid phone? And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And Jared grabbed the guy's phone, and he went, Jensen, and he threw it, and he like threw it far. And Jensen, like a friggin' football star, gorgeous football star, goes like this, and like catches the phone in midair and tucks it in his pocket. And he's like, you don't get that back until you put $100 in the Ziploc bag for $5 Friday.
Thank you.
And this was me. I love you. I did not win the $5, but they let me choose. That was the best. At the end, they were like, Jewel gets to choose $5 Friday, and everyone was like, who gets to choose $5? And I was like, oh, this is so exciting. It was really cool. They treated me so well, and they were just such stars, man. I love those guys a lot. Anyway, that's enough gushing. Who else has a question? Don't be shy, you guys. Come on. There you go. There you go. You can kind of ask me anything. I'm too candid. That's just my problem. It's true. Those of you that know me, it's true. Follow me on Twitter. I talked about toilet flushing today. Thank you.
Hi, Jewel. I really enjoyed your blog, your food blog, and
Thank you.
writing on laughter. And I was just wondering, have you ever thought about like writing a script or writing a book even?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. The whole blog thing is very new to me. I just started that this year, and my friend Martin Garrow, who's an executive producer on Stargate, he's also producing my new show that doesn't have a name. I wish I could tell you a name, but it doesn't. But it'll come out next year, and if you follow my Twitter, I'll let you know. He's super smart, and I respect him so much. And a lot of people had told me after following me on Twitter, they were like, you should really do a blog. You should do a blog. And I was like, what would I talk about? Nothing I say is relatively interesting. And they were like, talk about everything you want to talk about on Twitter. Talk about food. Talk about restaurants. And people kept saying it to me, and I said to Martin one day, I was like, do you think that's lame of me to have like a blog? And he was like, no, I don't know why is that lame? I was like, I guess you're right. I don't know what I would talk about. And he's like, this is what I think you should do. I think you should go home, and I think you should just write. Just write one. Just write one and send it and see what happens. And I was like, okay. So I did, and I sent him the link, and I was like, I guess this is my first blog. And Martin was like, dude, he's like, you're better at this than you know. Like, just be yourself. That's the best advice I can give you. So he really pushed me and really encouraged me to do that. And it's fun. It's really fun for me. It's a release. It's a way for me to communicate. I have an email address on there that I'm very happy to answer personally. And, you know, it's good fun. If you guys don't know, it's happyopu.net. HAPPYOPU. And a happy opu is a really nice way in Hawaii, where I grew up, of saying that someone is sad. It means a happy tummy. So when you say after a good meal, oh, I have a happy opu, that's like a very high compliment in Hawaii. So that's why I called it happy opu.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.